Hello, Star Family. It's been a while since I posted a video, and yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, I definitely need to buy a tripod if I'm going to be doing this because I've just been holding my arm up. Anyway, I'm in my favorite place in this little, if you could see, it's a little campsite. I just sit in one of these little huts here, and this is where I like meditate sometimes. I'll come here, but anyway, for those of you that don't know me, I I'm a channeler. I'm very telepathic. I've been on this very, very deep spiritual journey for like over a decade now. But because I was so eager to heal myself, because long story short, I got high in high school and had a bad batch of weed, and the I was blessed with this incredible anxiety and paranoia that didn't go away once I wasn't high anymore. Incredible feeling of lack, not enough, comparing myself to others. I couldn't look at anyone in the eyes. Like I couldn't talk to anyone. I went full hermit mode, and it forced me into this spiritual journey for real. So I went home. I was on my computer. The first thing that came up was Reiki energy healing. So I got into that. So I got into energy healing. I got into automatic writing, and now automatic writing was my opening up to the universe and opening up to being a clear channel. And that's when I was actually in the shower and somebody started talking through me. I don't remember who it was, but one of the first people I spoke to was Ra, the god Ra, came through, and he starts teaching me about the law of one. And I know it was him because I was in my truck and I had the Sirius radio at the time. This was a long time ago, but the band Ra comes up that I've never seen. I've been listening to this rock station for months, and all of a sudden this band called Ra comes up as he's speaking to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. You know, that's the spiritual journey. For those of you that don't know, it's all synchronicities. I'm sure maybe you've seen the numbers, reoccurring numbers, 444, whatever it may be, just these crazy synchronicities and coincidences, people you run into in like another town, another state that you haven't seen in years. That's a soul connection. It's a soul family. And you accumulate this soul family. You keep in touch. These people that you never met before, but you're like, I feel like I know you. You do. You know them from possible past lives or whatever. Anyway, I've been channeling for a long time. I've spoken to what feels like the whole universe. I've spoken to extraterrestrials that you would consider extraterrestrial, but I don't. They're friends and family. The Arcturians, the Lyrans, Pleiadians. Like they're all around. They're benevolent. They've been here for a while. If you haven't known, this wasn't supposed to be a video about that, but I've channeled collectives like Cryon, Bashar. I've had them speak through me. And I'm walking in the woods, and every morning I channel, and they're telling, like, spirits telling me, or my personal guides are telling me, listen, like you gotta get out there. There's people that can use this information about your journey, and if 1,000 people don't catch it but one does, then it's worth it. So you got to put yourself out there. You got to take that leap of faith. Stop being a hermit. I mean, I've healed tremendously. So I'm thinking I have so much to say. There's so much I can say. What should I say? Like, if I make a video, what should this video be about today? And at first they're like, it's not necessary. You don't have to make a video. And then somebody came through. I usually don't ask. I don't even ask. I'm just like, whatever. Anybody come through. It's all good. But somebody was like, well, what is the biggest thing that you've recently went through? Which the energy is absolutely insane. This ascension, which we are in, I don't know if whoever's watching, that the energy is increasing. That's why you may be overthinking. There's phantom pains. Like, there's so much going on behind the scenes. Your five senses are only 1% of reality. The other 99%, it's all unseen. It's your power. It's your intention. It's your love. It's like, literally, this world does not have power over you, and you are awakening to that fact that you have power over it. This is a game. It's an illusion. There's so many tangents. I'm going to try not to do that. There's too much information. But anyway, she said, well, what's the biggest thing that you're going through right now. And my biggest thing that I have recently realized, which your spiritual awakening, your ascension is literally just your DNA activating and you having these deep realizations. You could hear something 1,000 times, but there's only that one time where it actually clicks, right? It's like when you try to explain something to someone and they don't catch it, it like goes through one ear and out the other. They're not meant to catch it. But that 1,000th time that you explain it, they're like, oh, and it clicks. And there's that aha moment. And there's that light bulb. And, well, that is scientifically, like, there's a beam of light that, you know, when you actually have that aha moment, that's like some real shit that, like I said, 99% of your reality is unseen. The metaphysical world, there's so many different things pulling the strings, but we have been in deception this whole time. So basically, I can't do the hat forever. I don't like wearing things. So anyway, the biggest thing that I'm going through right now is I've connected with my true divine counterpart. So I'm 34 now, and I don't identify with that. There's no age or time. But I've been communicating with her for the last year, and it was by accident because I thought I was connecting with my ex. Me and my ex used to practice sending energy to each other. Sexual energy. We practiced that. So I was at work one day. She sent me a bunch of energy. I felt it, and I'm like, what the hell? Then she texted me, and she said, did you feel that? And I said, yeah, I'm working, babe. Long story short, that didn't work out. She had to heal on her own. We both had to heal on our own, but we both helped each other for the time being. And I waited for her. Like, I started watching tarot card readings, and I waited 3 years for her. Like, it's been a long time. I've never been in a serious relationship. This spiritual journey is pretty much what I've been on. So basically, I sent this energy out thinking, like, seeing if I would get a response. After 3 years, I was hoping she was healed, we could get back together. Meanwhile, I didn't even fully heal myself. But anyway, someone responded, and I thought that it was her. So for like 3 months after that, I'm thinking, like, we're back in a relationship. This energy is wild. Telepathy. The telepathic responses weren't like full sentences. They were like short and brief. And it was, so I thought it was her. But then one day after I showed somebody a picture of my ex, thinking it was my ex, I woke up the next morning and she said, come to my apartment. So I went to her apartment, which was upstate New York. It was like a 2.5 hour drive. I went there and she wasn't there. And it shocked me. It broke me. It literally broke me. My entire reality was shattered. I'm like, who the hell? What? Like, I didn't want to talk to my guides. I didn't want to talk to my angels. I just blocked off everything. The next morning I wake up and she came through. This person came through and she said, I forgot what she said, but I'm like, who are you? And she's like, I'm your true divine counterpart. She said, I'm your true twin flame, because my intention was to send this energy to my true twin flame, my true divine counterpart. And this person received it. And she even sent me a vision of us flying as angels together and hugging midair and realizing all the emotion and she wanted me to know it's actually her. And so the reason why I'm telling you this is because if you're alone right now, if you're lonely, if you are trying to find your divine counterpart, you can't yearn for them. You can't yearn. You have to be with them energetically. You need to feel them in your heart. They exist on this plane. They're here on the planet. They exist. A soulmate, divine counterpart, right? This person, guy, girl, they exist. And you can connect with them because there is no distance. The reason why we can be telepathic and we are telepathic beings is because there is no distance. It's all energy. We're all connected by this energy. Imagine we live in one giant block of love. The entire earth, the entire universe is just one giant block of love. and it's a simulation, and we're all connected by this energy. You're not plugged into a wall, right? Like your heart's beating from something. Everything needs an energy source to work. Your heart beats on this energy around you. I personally believe that is God. God is in all things. God is all of life. God is within you. All of that. That's another video. Anyway, so I'm trying to stay on topic here. So basically, if you feel them, you don't have to put a face on them. You just feel them. Just feel them. Know that they exist. Know that you're already with them. What is it like to hold them? Use your imagination. What does your heaven look like? I love to ask people. The Spirit wants to ask people this. What does your heaven look like? Use your imagination. That's what it's for. It's your greatest tool. Literally, it's your greatest tool. So what does it feel like to hold them? And this isn't a joke. Like, you can feel what it's like to hold your divine counterpart because they exist. They're on this plane of existence. They are here and they're already with you. You attract them faster than ever when you feel them. But you also have to do the healing. So my divine counterpart, she's been telling me, like I said, we've been communicating now for a year. Since that happened, we've been communicating for about a year. And she's been telling me you need to finish your healing. She's very spiritually advanced. She has her own YouTube channel. Supposedly she wants me, at this point I'm like 99% convinced it's actually her from all the coincidences and synchronicities that I've had. She's very spiritually advanced, far more than me. She already had her Kundalini awakening. She's done it all. She has incredible connection, incredible channeling ability and visions at the same time. Like, she's unbelievable. I can't say enough good things about her because I'm madly in love with her. Almost like I haven't been with her for thousands of years. But that's the boat that we're all in. Like, we're all divine unions are going to be restored. So that's not a worry. There are no worries. There's no time. There's no age. So you can't put a time on it. You have to be patient. You got to look at yourself. You have to love yourself. And that is that is literally the most mind-blowing realization I've had after 12 years. You've heard it 1,000 times, right? Like, oh yeah, you got to love yourself. No. You really have to unconditionally love every fiber of your being. And that literally shifts your entire reality. Everything changed. My connection with her skyrocketed to the point where I literally, when she's with me, she's with me. Like, I literally feel like she's next to me. She's with me. When we do this energetic exchange, I'm not going to get into the intimacy. It's extremely powerful, as if we're actually together. She might be energetically pregnant. It's a possibility because it's insane. It's that powerful. But I had to love myself unconditionally, and I wasn't able to do that because I had to heal. I had to go through the motions. I had to do the work. I had to let go of the blockages. And a lot of people, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to take the time to work with themselves, to be in solitude, to find themselves, to meditate, to breathe, to go to the crystal shops, take these classes, take the automatic writing classes, take the Reiki classes, learn how to heal, eat better, do whatever you can possibly do to heal. And I was finally able to love myself on a deep level, and everything changed. I felt the shift. I'm able to love the world more. I'm able to love everything more. I'm able to be a happier person. When you fully unconditionally love yourself, she basically came to me and she was like, the more you love yourself, the more you can love me. You're literally holding yourself back from the world. Once you fully love yourself, every fiber of your being, and you understand that you're here for a reason. There's many videos here. We're going to try to stay with this one because I'm just supposed to tell you my latest realization, because it's massive. Like, you have to love yourself. Your entire life will change. Stop comparing yourself to others. There is no one else. You were designed to be you for a reason. So you can be exactly where you are right now at this time. You are right now exactly where you're supposed to be. All of your decisions were correct. There's nothing to regret. None of the past matters. The past doesn't exist. You have to be in the present moment. You have to learn to meditate. You have to learn to separate from this reality and create your own in your imagination and feel it. What does your heaven look like? The past doesn't exist. You can't compare yourself to others. You have to be a child. You have to embrace your inner child. Take the hand of your inner child. Know that that innocence is what is necessary right now. That freedom that you had when you were a child. At any point, I know that at some point, even if you had a rough childhood, there were points where you felt freedom. You felt that no bills. I can play with my toys. I can go out with my friends, and I didn't have a care in the world. That is what we need to embrace right now. Because your inner child is also the key. Because there is no age. There's no age, there's no time. So when you embrace the fact that you're still a child in this avatar. This is it's just an identity. You've had many of them. You've been on this planet many times. I've been on this planet hundreds. I know the exact number of how many times I've been here. But it's for a reason. It's for a purpose. If you're a light worker, if you're watching this and you're lonely, you're supposed to be. But you're not supposed to feel lonely. You're supposed to find out that loneliness only comes from outside of you. But inside of you comes your freedom. Inside of you comes your divine union. Your divine counterpart comes from within you. You're already with them. The abundance, the love, the money, it all comes from within you. It's almost like you're in a firmament. And I don't believe in that. But I do believe in this Truman Show kind of vibe where everything comes through you. The light, the love, the abundance, it all comes through you into your environment and gets projected out. It doesn't come from outside of you. The more you seek something, the more you push it away. So if you look into the law of attraction, the law of assumption, and all these things, there's deeper levels to that. Many deeper levels to that. That's just scratching the surface. These laws are literally just the surface, and there's just so much more information that you come to find out. And that is what it is, that it all comes from within. Nothing comes from outside of you. And I also, as I'm saying this to you, I am also affirming this. I use affirmations all day. My guides have to affirm everything to me every morning because we fall back into the 3D. So we need to affirm. We need to affirm how I am free. I am powerful. I am abundant. I am healed. The past doesn't exist. Those pains that I'm feeling are from the past. So once you release the trauma, once you release the blockages, which you have muscle testing, there's muscle testing that you can do. That's where you could look it up, muscle testing. You could use your body as a pendulum, or you use a pendulum itself. The Emotion Code 2.0, Dr. Bradley Nelson, he teaches you how to release trapped emotions. This work needs to be done in order for you to be free and for you to heal yourself. Heaven is a state of mind. It's not a destination. It's not a place. You imagine it, you be it, you live it, and you walk and radiate that love, that freedom, that peace, that abundance, and then you see it in divine timing in your outer world. I don't know what the caption of this video is going to be, but I've been lonely forever. I've always been alone. I've always been in solitude because of this anxiety, this wonderful blessing of insane anxiety, which I know I'm not the only one. I know that many light workers out there are in solitude, but it's not because you're being punished. It's because you're supposed to be. If you're alone right now, you are 100,000% supposed to be, because we're going through an ascension that's far more important than just our individual lives. I've tried to manifest things for myself many times, and they stop me and they say, you're being selfish. You need to think of the whole planet. You need to think of all people included, not Richard. Richard doesn't exist anymore. If you want to be your higher self, if you want to embody your higher dimensional selves, you need to let go completely of the past and this identity. You're going through a rebirth without dying. You are going through an ego death. All these dark nights of the souls. But it ends up being this giant release of density. all your trauma from this, not just this life, but past lives too. You're letting go of so much you don't even realize. That's why your mind is going wild. All these energies coming in, getting trapped in your crown. You might not be grounding enough. You might not be walking in nature enough. You might not be visualizing, putting your toes in the sand enough. But all of it amounts to this ascension, this higher frequency that's now bathing the planet. It's forcing everything out of you. And you may get more and more and more anxiety, and that's God's way of forcing you within. Everything comes from within. You see Jesus pointing at his heart. That's because that's the key. Your inner child is there. All the greatest moments, the most joyful moments, they all still exist, and they will always exist. But you need to let go of this illusion. You have to let go of this identity to embrace and embody your true self that has no worries, no stresses, complete freedom, complete abundance. And you're just, that's the only way to say it. You're free from the thoughts. You're free from the mind chatter. You're free from all the negative thinking. There's only positive thinking in the higher dimensions. There's no such, words don't exist like ugly or mean or nasty or gross or lack or pain. Like these words they're just not there. There's just joy. There's just happiness. There's just freedom. This is not freedom. That's why we're here. We're here to break out of the freedom. We're here to experience heaven on earth. And the way that we experience it is to create it together. You are a creator. God flows through you. You are connected to source. You're connected to all of existence. You're connected to all things. There's nothing separate from you, including your divine counterpart. You have such a powerful connection with this person. It's undeniable, it's inevitable, and it's going to happen. You can feel this person. They are on this plane. They exist on the planet. They may not live near you. They might be a different age. But, so my divine counterpart, she's a little bit younger. I'm 34. She's in her 20s, upper 20s. And that bothered me at first. I didn't want to date somebody I only wanted to date somebody that was, maybe a couple of years younger than me. But she's actually the one. She's actually the one that reminds me. She's like, there's no such thing as age, my love. There is no age. There is no time. Damn, she's so awesome. She helps me a lot. But this is what Spirit says. This is what they tell you. You just can't hear them because you have to stop the mind chatter. You have to open up that channel. You have to open up yourself to the universe. No, first you have to be aware of it. Then you have to intentionally open up that channel and do the work. You can take the automatic writing classes. You can take the classes to connect telepathically, to let go of your ego, to let go of your identity. Anything is possible, literally. Anything's possible. You are in the same exact reality that Jesus was in. And all of those people that he taught to change water to wine. He was not the only one. In fact, he taught these many, many other beings how to do what he did, and they did it. Whether it was through mantras, it was through the work and through learning. You have to learn. You're not told. So Jesus spent 30 years of his life traveling the world. He traveled the whole world. He introduced himself to the world when he was 33, right? I actually haven't read the Bible. But I do know that. He traveled the world. I speak to him all the time. I literally speak to this guy daily. Like, he's literally always around. Like, I should have read the Bible by now. But anyway, I know enough. That he did have to learn everything. I know that he knew that this reality was a hologram. He knew that this reality, that you, I'm not pointing at your name person, your soul is you. That's the real you. You are more powerful than this reality. You create by your emotion. Your superpower is your emotion. This is just an avatar. And Jesus knew that. He taught that. He said, you can structure water. It's been scientifically proven that you could structure water. But we don't believe enough. We haven't had the deep enough realizations. It takes monks 40 years to perform miracles like that. But now the energy supports you so much. Everything supports us so much that everything is in acceleration mode now. It won't take 40 years for you to turn water to wine. He even knew how to teleport. He knew how to do things that you would consider impossible. But this life is a game. This is a game. It's not real. As much as you would like to believe that it is, that's where the pain stems from. The pain comes from you thinking so deeply that everything that's occurring outside of you is so real. Meanwhile, you are in control. But this is a collective creation. You're not the only one creating. But once we all learn to create together and we learn of our own power, we learn of our real abilities, and we get together, like when you have 10,000 people meditating on less crime in the world, there's a difference. They have literally noticed the power of intention. Go on Gaia TV or look up on YouTube the documentary, The Power of Intention. Your intention is more powerful than gravity. That's what Spirit told me. Your intention is more powerful than gravity. You are in the state of remembering. Nothing that I've said since I've started this video you don't know. You know all of this. Everything that I've said you know. You are in a state of remembering, and I'm remembering with you. I am in this with you. I don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. And if you say that you know everything, you know absolutely nothing. So, with that said, I am learning with you. I'm ascending with you. I love you unconditionally. And now that I love myself unconditionally, I can love you even more. I can love this world even more. I can love this simulation even more. But this is truly a game. It's meant to be played, but it's played from your heart. It's played from within. That's the joystick. That's the game controller, is your emotion. You are literally telling the universe what you're experiencing with your feelings, with what you're radiating out. So we have to learn to go within and not identify with what's outside of us more than what's within us. You are infinitely powerful. You're connected to all things. My guides tell me you have the power of 1,000 suns within you, the abundance of 1,000 earths inside of you, because you are the universe. Everything comes from within and then comes out and is projected out. It comes from within. So once you redact your energy, that's what it means to take your power back. That's what it means to take our power back. To redact your energy back to you. To take your energy back. You're supporting the things that you don't want to experience with your energy. You choose where your energy goes. And that includes the pains that you feel in your leg. The pain that you feel in your back, in your lower back. You're supporting it. That illness, whatever it may be, you're supporting it with your energy. But once you take that energy back, they're telling me you have to separate from the past. There's levels to this, they're saying. So you have to know that the past doesn't exist. I was in a bad quad accident, an ATV accident. I went off I was an idiot when I was super young. This was a little bit after the anxiety hit. But I went off a 15-foot jump with my quad. I was told the nose of my ATV was 25 feet in the air. And I landed on one wheel and got the wind knocked out of me, and all that concussion went to my lower back. I couldn't walk. I had a pinched nerve in my lower back. I have collapsed discs, bulged it, whatever the hell. And I never got it looked. I did. I think I went to the doctor. They told me I had bulged discs, whatever it was. It was bad. And I had a pinched nerve, so there was a lot of mornings I couldn't walk. I put a weight belt on, and I told God, I said, you're not taking me out. I'm going to work. You can't stop me. And I completely, it was as if it didn't happen. I completely redacted the energy. Even when I tell people the story, and I'm telling you the story right now, I'm not identifying with it. I am not putting energy towards it. I am now choosing where I'm putting my energy, and what I choose to support is love, happiness, abundance. And that's all. Love and above. That's what Spirit says. Love and above. That's what you support. And that's what we all need to collectively support. And once we all get on the same page, which that's what we're in the process of doing right now, everything's going to become very fast. It's going to be very fast paced. You're going to have a lot of wild experiences. The synchronicities and coincidences are going to be wild. I've had innumerable. And but it's happening. It's happening. You have to be patient. But the more you go within, the easier it is, because that's what God is telling you to do. The more you look outside of you, the more pain you're going to feel. The more you look into your past, it ain't going to help. You need to separate from the past. You need to put yourself in the present moment and not the present moment outside of you. Create the present moment that you want to experience. Create that freedom and feel it because it's real. The higher dimensions are real. All realities are right now simultaneously. So the billionaire version of yourself exists right now. The millionaire version of yourself exists right now. So you can feel into that being because that person exists. Your divine counterpart exists. Heaven exists. It all exists right now. There's no such thing as time. There's no clock. It's all an illusion. So once we get past that, which is the hardest hurdle, time is the biggest hurdle. Getting past the fact that now people are starting to realize, oh, time's flying by. Time's flying by. A week feels like a month feels like a week, a day feels like an hour. It's all over the place because it doesn't exist. And the illusion's falling apart. You're becoming more powerful. You're realizing, you're remembering, you're going through this ascension. You're rising in frequency. Watch all these solar flares. Watch the human resonance chart. This is no joke. Like, this is actually happening. Like, I know that I'm actually speaking to these beings. They come to me. I've had some really wild experiences where they lift me up in my bed. They zap me. I'm like, beam me up. Beam me up, please. Why are you leaving me here? They're like, oh, it's against protocol. We can't do that. But we can communicate with you. We can guide you. We can assist you. And I'm like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, it's happening. It's actually happening. You are so much more powerful than you think you are. But you're going to remember. And you're in the state of remembering right now. And I guess that is the end of this video. If you want, you can email me and you can talk to me. If you need help, you can reach out to me and I will be glad to explain anything to you. I could explain anything that I just said scientifically to you and prove it to you. I can teach you Reiki. I can teach you a lot of different things. But it all starts with you. You need to focus on yourself. You need to go within. You need to do the work. You need to release these blockages. The Emotion Code 2.0, Dr. Bradley Nelson. You can do that. The muscle testing. You can go to any of these shops, look up Reiki healing, the energy healing. Look up automatic writing where you channel spirit through writing. It's the easiest form of channeling and speaking to spirit. And that is what opened me up to this channeling and this telepathy. We are telepathic beings. All these beings in the whole universe, they're telepathic. That's the main communication is telepathy. So it's gonna open up, like you might as well know now, like this stuff is getting less and less crazy. Like, I mean, you could be watching this right now and be like, wow, this guy's freaking nuts. But if this resonated with you, you can contact me. Take what resonates and leave the rest, and I will stop this video there. I love you so much, and yeah, let's do this together.